There is a specific, visceral terror walking into a home and finding it perfectly still, only to see a wallet left carelessly on a table, or worse, blood smeared across the floor. Our psychology cannot handle an information void. When confronted with a sudden disappearance, we panic. We reflexively invent wild, supernatural myths to fill the silence and make sense of the inexplicable. Take the recent case of retired Air Force General William McCaslin. When he vanished from his home without his phone or prescription glasses, the internet immediately latched onto his background and blamed a government cover-up of extraterrestrial life. But actual investigators don't solve missing persons cases by chasing ghosts. They ignore the sweeping conspiracies and hunt for the quiet, mundane anomalies that everyone else overlooked. The true story of where people go is never found in a sci-fi plot. It hides in the microscopic details left in plain sight. In 1590, 115 English settlers vanished from Roanoke Island. For centuries, folklore insisted they were massacred by hostile tribes or swallowed up by a local curse. Looking at this 16th century map drawn by the colony's governor, researchers recently discovered a tiny, mundane anomaly, a hidden patch pasted over the paper. Underneath it was a drawing of a secret inland fort. When archaeologists dug at that inland site, they relied on negative evidence. They found Elizabethan pottery, but an absolute absence of clay tobacco pipes. Those pipes were a daily staple for the Jamestown colonists who arrived a few decades later, and that missing item proved the artifacts belonged to the earlier Roanoke group. This diagram traces a clear genetic lineage, mapping specific 16th century English Y chromosomes directly down to modern Native American populations. The Roanoke colonists didn't suffer a supernatural disappearance. Starving and abandoned, they made a desperate choice to pack up and assimilate into the local tribes to survive. Fast forward to Ohio in 2010. Police walked into a home soaked in blood with 4 people missing. The terrified community was convinced a literal monster had taken them. Investigators ignored the local panic and focused entirely on the negative space, the things left behind. In the garage, they found a completely normal shopping bag containing a receipt stamped just after midnight for garbage bags and tarps. By matching that specific midnight timestamp to security footage of a silver car leaving the store, police tracked down the suspect. They eventually uncovered the horrific truth, finding the missing victims hidden away inside a hollowed-out tree. Catching a killer doesn't require hunting a phantom. It requires the rigorous tracking of a suspect's digital and physical consumer footprint. This photograph shows the sprawling, isolated layout of the Los Alamos National Laboratory, the kind of high-stakes environment where highly cleared personnel work. Recently, 11 United States scientists tied to space and nuclear research have turned up dead or missing, sparking a massive wave of online rumors about extraterrestrial cover-ups. This map isolates the locations of these disappearances. Plotting the hard data reveals a distinct geographic cluster in the American Southwest. Zooming in, within a tight 4-month window in 2025, 4 separate disappearances occurred right here in this corridor. When you look closely at these cases, mundane physical evidence unites them. We see wiped personal phones, cars abandoned in driveways, and files detailing emotional distress. A sudden brain drain of scientists is a terrifying prospect for national security, but the hard data points toward a complex string of human tragedies rather than a coordinated science fiction movie plot. The truth is, nobody truly vanishes into thin air. Every human existence leaves a physical or digital footprint behind. Whether it is a 16th century Y chromosome hiding in modern DNA, a time-stamped grocery receipt, or a wiped hard drive resting on a kitchen table, there is always an anomaly waiting to be found. As the search for these missing scientists continues, indulging in wild internet myths actively distracts investigators and dishonors causality of the people we are looking for. By demanding transparency and relying on rigorous, grounded pattern analysis, we give ourselves the only real chance of